Okay, so here is the Porsche. Got the front bumper on. I think next spring I'm probably going to wet sand this and just shoot it with one more coat of satin so that everything, the bumpers, is the same as the body, etc. Still got to do the drip rails. I got to do the rocker panels, which are those ground effects. I got to put a gasket around that sunroof, then get it hooked up. I still have to put the mirrors on. The mirrors, I literally had to cut the old mirrors off. And the wiring had already been kind of messed up from the previous whoever. So the door cards aren't on because I have to rewire the mirrors. So the heated mirrors and then the movable part, it's all work. Driver's side mirror is broken as far as like the mirror itself. How it's supposed to swivel, they just JB welded it on. So I got a replacement mirror. If you look back at a few videos, you'll see how well this bodywork turned out. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. The orange peel, because it's everywhere, it doesn't bother me. This is like years of overspray from other people painting this car, so I tried wet sanding here, and it looks like that's going to be the ticket to get this black again. So I'm going to have to redo that on this part of the fin. This part is just dirty. I did get one tail light in. Looks pretty good. I need to put the rear bumper on. Yeah, I think overall I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. This is not a Porsche video though. I know it's like kind of like the whole channel's been just me doing, it's really just me when I do projects so that I know where I'm at or what I've done. And this has been it for the majority of this channel. It's really just so I can go back and look in and see what I did or what I was planning on doing, etc. There's some overspray on here as well that I have to take off. Anyway, and then some shitty tint on that window. But yeah, I got a new project. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Passe Partout. It's from Canada. But I got rid of my side-by-side and I literally picked up a mini tank. I mean, how cool is that? That's not the original engine. It came with this Yamaha 396 two-stroke. And it was mounted in there on this plate, but it didn't have drive belt. I did go through the gearbox. It's like a Renault design. So it's got dual clutches here, and as you disengage a clutch, it engages a brake. So this clutch plate is actually also a disc brake, kind of like a drum, but with a clutch. So as you turn the steering here, it engages and disengages the clutch and adds a brake to it. There's reverse, 2 neutrals, a low gear and a high gear on this, and then it's just kind of all run. It's in neutral right now. It's all run by whatever I mount on there as a power plant. I did get a 4-stroke to put in this, but yeah, this is what this video was because I started tearing this apart and I was like, oh, I should do like a little video of it because they're kind of unique machines. And yeah, there's the hood. Somebody had already done me a favor and painted this thing black. I don't know what year this was. These things were designed for the Vietnam War. This had like this huge roof rack on it that I cut off. But yeah, it's a little mini tank. So it seats a driver here, and then it's got a spot for 2 passengers on either side. They welded some ammo cans to the back of it. Garage is Garage isn't cramped. It's just I have wife stuff, kid stuff, and my corner, which is pretty massive, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, Porsche looking good under the lights. And now we got this bad boy here. And this is, I've got some camping trips coming up this winter, so with some buddies, and I fully intend to trailer this wherever I go and just kind of tool around. So I got a 4-stroke, so I don't have to do premix, and it's more horsepower than that, better torque, I think, than that, which this is a pretty high compression. It's an old school 70s Yamaha engine. It probably would have driven this fine at the speeds I would be comfortable driving it, but I don't want to premix, and it can be a nightmare in the winter. And that's a Tillinson carb, and they're kind of annoying to rebuild. Dude had also put on all this railing, square tubing. I'm going to keep some of it, but not all of it. But yeah, my first order of business, I already have a 4-stroke Predator engine I'm just going to drop in this. And what I want to do, I already went through all the gears. They all engage. The clutch system works. It does brake. I can literally drive this thing just by spinning the driven clutch there. So it's all works. It just is needing a cleanup here. So originally it was red. There is some surface rust. I did get underneath it and it looks pretty good. The guy had sprayed the whole thing in Rhino liner. So I guess we'll find rust at some point. But from what is exposed, it just appears to be some light surface rust under the paint and nothing bad. So this thing is solid. It's like 1,200 pounds, 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, 18-inch tracks. It's got 4 sets of bogey wheels, an idler wheel in the back, and then a drive wheel up in the front cog. And Goodyear made the tracks for this, and I believe they're just conveyor belt tracks. So they're just made out of a conveyor belt, but it's designed for PPT by Goodyear is what the little stamp on it says. But I can still buy those today, and they're not that expensive. These ones are in decent enough condition that I could probably tool it around this year and not worry about it too much. It's got about 1 billion points to grease on this. But yeah, I'm just going to work on getting this thing running. So today, that's probably all this video is going to be. This isn't going to be as detailed as I did on this because this is just kind of fun. And then when I get this thing running, that's where I'll stop videos on it. I am going to put more lights on it. I'm going to put LED lights on it. I have to put an alternator on it because the Predator engine doesn't produce enough electricity. It's only got 3 magnets in the flywheel, so it generates like 2 amps maybe, 1.8 amps. But anyway, dual muffler exhaust system dumps into the track. So hopefully you're not breathing that in, but I'm going to see how loud those are, and then I might swap them out for just a motorcycle exhaust. But yeah, I think this thing is cool. It's pretty unique. I haven't seen a lot of them. There's like the Cushman Tracksters that are out there, but those are hydrostatic drive. And you can put like that drive system in this, or people can convert them. It's not super complicated. It might be something I do down the road for, I would say, more reliable. This machine's probably 50 years old, and that is still working fine. And I checked the fluid in it. It's leaking, obviously, but I checked the fluid in it, and it's pretty clean. So I don't know. If I get real froggy next year, I might rip that whole transmission out and just go through the whole thing, see what the gears look like. But I'll probably get a pretty good sense of that when I drive it. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But yeah, I want to add lights because I like lights, and those are stupid. And then I'm going to cut this thing off. I'm not going to cut the full thing off. I'm just going to cut it down to like here, so that the headlights can actually pass through it. You can see shit. Yeah, this is aggressive. I don't know why. And the welds look like I welded it, so at least there's that. But just some square tubing. It's pretty thick. yeah. So anyway, that's the video for today. I did want to give you guys a glance at the Porsche. I haven't forgotten about her. I have been doing some stuff, like putting the headlights back in. Front bumper got painted. It was a nightmare. Honestly, the bumper's got a lot of cracks in it. And it's probably something I'm gonna have to replace at some point. So I literally did the bare minimum on it, and I just shot it with black and threw it back on there. And it shockingly looks pretty good. So there is stuff I noticed where I didn't get that great of a job, like either taping. I taped too close and got some of the under colors exposed, but from across the garage, it's not gloss either. Like, that's gloss. I think she looks pretty mean. I'm gonna get those Fuchs cleaned up. Probably not this winter, but in the spring I might take them somewhere and have somebody polish them up and repaint them. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's running good. I think I'm a tooth off on the timing belt. It's the only thing I can think of with how it has kind of a low end hesitation on acceleration. It idles fine. If I get past about 1200 RPM, it's fine. But it's like from 1000 to like 1500 RPM, there's a pretty aggressive hesitation. And I've gone through the throttle body. I've gone through the AFM. Everything's working as it should. And everything I do doesn't change it. So the only thing I can think of is timing. And I just haven't gotten under there to play with it. So it's gonna be something I definitely do this winter. I did notice when I painted the hood, I don't know if you can tell, you can just barely see it, the crease here. You can really see it right there. It just kind of bumps out. There's just kind of a line right there. So this hood is pretty long, and I imagine one of the gas struts or something was locked up and they just gripped the front of the hood rather than do the little side to side shake and started to bend it. Didn't notice that before I painted it. Can definitely see it now, which is annoying. But if I just keep this amount of dust on there, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, so really just have some stuff to get back together on this. I have to paint the side mirrors still, and everything else is done. Electrical's done, lights are done. Interior is as done as it's probably going to get. There will be some stuff I do, throughout the years. I'm probably going to get the seats actually recovered at some point. But for now, I got to get some washer nozzles. Those things disintegrated when I tried pulling them off. But yeah, she's doing pretty good. So I'm not stressed about her at the moment, and I want to get that thing going. So that's going to be what we do.